Your fish in the sea.
Yes, everybody, Blackshow here.
Of the lot on my racks.
And welcome to another episode of Divinity Original Sin. There are like one or two quests that we need to deal with. What the fuck? Why they have...
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got...
Our home, our livelihood, all sunk in a matter of minutes while we could do naught but look on. Well, we were merchants what seems like a moment ago. With our ship sunk, we're little more than free men with nothing more to say than boo. These bleeding orcs. I can't keep off this place for the life of them. They came in here, slinging fireballs and swinging swords. Wasn't a thing we could do to defend ourselves. Those souls are just as pressed for luck as we are now. A shame nothing could be done to save her. With our ship gone, nothing for it but to get a job. Slim pickings around here, that's for sure. Maybe you could keep an eye out, though.
That Orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
What?
Ask a source hunter. Go on.
Ever hear about the time?
Hold on, I need to like get here and say to them that you need to kill that bloody orc.
Hello there. Welcome. She was tough.
Steady, boys. Steady.
God, duty's not so bad. Meat?
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more. Come now.
They're dead.
And they might have lived if we hadn't intervened.
Oh well, too late.
Those fools are dead! I knew that she-beast would bring disaster. It was that orc. She snapped, grabbed them, popped their necks, and then ran out of here like a wild beast. I'm only grateful she didn't notice me standing here. Can you imagine?
Daylight was more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest.
Plenty of...
I said to him,
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Good on you. These bossmen respect confidence, you know. No, so what did he say?
I'm not sure now if the infinite health is activated or not.
Plenty of fish in the
Or
sea.
if it's active. Oh my fucking god. We just all the fucking...
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
mood for cheese. The excuse is more...
What are ye staring at? Some poor chaps lost their ship and want some work? Just send 'em to me and tell 'em there's a bit of coin and a lot of rum coming their way if they don't mind a bit of honest labour.
I said myself.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yustle Gore anymore?
Have you found us a job yet? So there's a captain offering booze and brass for a bit of crate loading. Gods be praised. You've done it, friend. Off we go.
Ever hear
Must
about the
we
time the
truly
captain
waste
took the
precious
Duchess of
time
Federal's
providing
carriage for the
seamen with
joyride?
new situations?
Nowadays,
Each
he
sifting
drove it
grain of
straight to the
sand in
harbour
the
bank.
hourglass is another warning.
Source Hunters here too? Well, if the Legion couldn't save this place, what are you gonna do? Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes if ever there was one. I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation, but truth be told, the Legion could use your help as well. We've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory, and I'm afraid I must admit they've met with very little success. Lieutenant Selenia, at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second-in-command, but rest assured I am a lot more kindly inclined towards source hunters than he is. Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition and even rivalry between our orders, but I, for one, have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, Source Hunter. A gift and a blessing. The undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent civilians of Sicil, after all. No longer do I feel that way, though. Too many of my soldiers have fallen. The dead must be put down without mercy, if we can. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east, so I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your muscles and test the waters before blindly diving to your death. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact of Volunteers, 3 expeditions were launched to do just that. But so far, none of their participants have returned. 3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places fraught with danger all. There's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs, overlooking the sea. The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out whether or not those are mere tall tales. I fear for their safety. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a place as any to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say? A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge on the subject may prove to be of use to them. There's a church to the northeast of here built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. The Sicilians razed it and built a church for the 7 instead, supposedly to symbolize the victory of the gods over evil sorcery. All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead rose, that is when they were first spotted. Hence the expedition. So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do whatever it takes to go home, which is why I personally sign their transfer orders the moment they make it back from a mission behind enemy lines. The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you see. So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful, they just bought themselves a boat ride home.
May the seven keep you.
Here lies Nemris, master of philosophy.
I smell... Look here. Even a sage and author as renowned as I is flattered when mortals dare among the dead to seek him out. Well, here I am, Nemris the Wise. You may go wide-eyed with amazement now. Oh, I've written so many celebrated treatises, but of course you have read and revered the philosophy of death, the diamond in the crown that is my literary legacy. There isn't a civilized soul alive that hasn't perused its profound pages percolating with perspicacity. As if I need introduction. Nemris the thinker, the theorist, the visionary. You can, and indeed you must. But alas, I was not buried with a printed version of that blueprint of genius that is my inimitably esteemed essay. Do you truly feel you are ready to prove that you have read and understood the philosophy of death? Then we shall proceed to test the mettle of your acumen forthwith. Between life and death, death is the greater force. So argues the clergyman.
Of course not.
Correct. He is not.
Let us proceed. Life is life's own goal. The question that is itself the answer. Good. Now...
Jake? Where are
Not entirely, no.
I concur.
Last query. Boldly do I scorn the bonds of faith and fear.
Your salvation...
Indeed.
Most impressive. Nothing short of miraculous. You have verily fathomed the message of my book. My undying respect is yours, to an extent. Content in the knowledge that my legacy is in good hands. Ta-ta! I shall see you in the next life.
I smell... rotten lamb chops.
May the seven keep you.
Ah, you return, Mendius. Ah, you like nothing. What? Now then, of course, by now, work hard. Of course, of course.
Holes in a slice of this.
Join a guild. Better the world.
And me.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Who? Tom? Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, hold on. Yes, of course, Tom. They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the fabulous five see no problems. They see opportunities. Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. So one of them was a big lumbering apparatus. A frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous Five. The
Cheese? That excuse has more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.
Red and orange, yellow.
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer. How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
To the barracks! March!
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome, by all means. And what might those be? One of them failed? Who is the mongrel that dares to question my engineering expertise? You know what? Here's the remote access device with which I used to control it. There's a manual for that somewhere around here, too. Yours, if you can find it, I really should invite Victoria one of these days so she can help me organize my mess of a library.
Now, question is, where the hell is it?
Sir, no, sir.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Good to have you back, Horse Hunter. A sight for sore eyes indeed.
You there! Sit! Stay a while! Don't pity me! No, sir! When Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it? It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little gizmo. And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling bravo and hee-haw. I don't know how he inspires such loyalty with less talent contained between his hat and his boots than I've in my crusty handkerchief. An actor just waiting for his big debut. And who are you supposed to be? Oh, I should have been one of the greats. No, really? I hadn't noticed. If not for this ridiculous condition, you'd know me as the king's favorite thespian. Don't you have an impressive library here in Sicil? I'm sure that beast of a librarian could rustle something up for you. Take it up with Katerina. She's the master of this pig circus after all.
My word!
My word!
Come on! Ha! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Fantastic!
Today, I think...
I'll figure out who murdered Jake before the day's through. Just you wait. Detective Kip is on the case.
Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself.
You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off, cry your eyes out, and teeter on the edge of your seat with an original tale from Stefan, the talking severed head. I am Reginald the Illusionist, purveyor of the most amazing artifact in Andevale. This fantastical talking head. That's right, a talking head. I obtained this curio by some rather sensational means. You see, I was diving in search of a rare medicinal sea herb. I volunteer at the local children's apothecary on weekends, in the shallows around Sicil's own Black Cove, when I spotted something amazing. The chest belonging to the fabled Captain Pontius. Though the chest was stuck fast, I summoned a swell of great strength and prized it free from the ancient rock. I had the treasure of a lifetime in my very hands. In the hubbub, I lost hold of my prize and watched it sink to the bottom of the beast's cavernous belly. Before my mind's eye swam the faces of the many war widows, and grabbing fast to the hilt of a cutlass that floated by at just freeing myself. It was there, along the rock. Ha! Yes, I know of that talentless bull. Enter Reginald the Illusionist.
Ha! A talking head? What dark sorcery is this?
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. And look, I'm nothing but your average man taking in the best show I've ever seen. Well, I've stumbled into quite the fine gig. I just let my appreciation for Reggie's work be known, and he slips me a few gold coins in return.
So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered
My
a contest
word.
across his realm.
Zombie ate your dog? Well, I'm Katerina the Fair, fairest First Lady of the Fair, of course. I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the rank and file of the audience. The theatre's fever has overcome you, has it? Check the library and see if any of the classics there interest you.
Come on! Come all! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Ah, a familiar face. Come, watch the show. I, a person whose sole job is to praise the performance and stir a crowd. And please, you must hire him for me. Imagine the scowl on that conman's face when my rightful audience returns to me. A must-see event.
All of the... Cecil, what you're made of?
Bravo! Yeehaw!
My word.
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show. Well, I don't see why I should. Reginald and I have grown rather friendly, you know? And in any case, it'll be hard to pull myself away from this fantastic show.
Said to have known Sigurd himself that the king had a great thirst for colour. So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm.
Fantastic!
Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
Well, I guess it's been long enough since I've stretched my wings a bit, and it ain't so far of a flight now, is it? Maybe I will have a peek at what Cedric's up to over there.
Great thirst for
Fantastic!
colour. So ardently did he... that he ordered a contest...
You there? You look like...
Ah, a familiar face. I, please, you must...
The best in Sightseal! The
You...
best!
What is it this time? No, really. You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
All right. The best in Sightseal! The best! All right. Wow. All right.
Performers, showmen.
Hey, it's you again! I don't have to tell you that Cedric's act will help you.
Oh, that Gallagher is quite the performer. One of my own ilk. Sometimes all the flies need is a little honey, eh? And things are certainly buzzing around here.
Come on! Come on! Can't you... What is it this time? Take it up with Katerine.
Doesn't anyone care about the oldest dragon?
Strange! You appear to be my only client. Did the whole of Sightseal eat some bad chicken, or what? I knew that fool could never have garnered so much as a guffaw on his own merits.
What? Where is everyone trotting off to? Don't they want to hear how the story ends?
You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
All right.
Cedric's show is a
Tis
doozy!
I,
Woo!
Reginald the Illusionist.
All right. Have some pity.
Good to have you back, Source Hunter. I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many Legionnaires did so before you. Very few have returned. Or whose invention? The stasis blaster. These days, we Legionnaires hold a lottery to see who gets to man the things. Don't ask me how the blaster works, though. I just make sure the thing's hitting its targets.
Legionnaire at your service. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead-infested wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience I think you are most probably lacking. I sincerely hope you know what you're doing, Hunter. Right, open her up, Legionnaires.
So the wizard's crafted a device intended to keep the undead at bay, has he? Careful now, comrades, and tread lightly. There's no telling when that madman's doomsday device might gain sentience and turn its rays on us. Oh, to be met with such derision by my own comrades. Though I suppose, if I recall correctly, the source sapphire does have a particular sheen about it. Yes, and I think that in fact an authentic source sapphire buzzes with the trapped souls of 1,000 innocents too.
Actually, hold on. Where the fuck was I supposed to go? Yeah, because we have like several... Wait, were we supposed to go west or east? Because now I cannot tell. Somebody said that there are like 4 different exits or 5 different exits. Now I'm just not sure which one is the freaking... I mean, we were supposed to go to Frankfurt or what? Northern Cave. Northern. I'm honestly not sure.
Tread lightly, will ya? Any sudden movement is liable to give Blossius there a heart attack. Or, you know, a rib attack. Well, who we are now is certainly different from who we used to be. We were elite soldiers, Blossius and I. 2 troops in a regiment of Selenia's finest guards. We agreed to inspect this church. Selenia had an inkling the undead outbreak might have started here, and while we never completed our mission, I'm certain she was right. Near the bridge just behind us, an undead monstrosity has made its own hellscape around a shrine of bones used for gods know what terrible purpose. Perhaps to control each of the ghouls that haunt these lands. Same as what happened to us. Partly, anyhow. We were lost trying to gain ground against the Molten Devil King presiding over the courtyard behind us. One of our soldiers ingeniously applied a piece of equipment to the ground, clearing a temporary path through the lava. Her plan seemed to work and we made progress into the Hellbeast's arena, but soon we were too far in with no way out. I've never felt heat like that before, Source Hunter. I've never felt fire in and through my skin, my sinews. And then we were all of us little more than bones. But it was only Blossius and I whose souls awoke in our skeletons once more. The rest remain where they collapsed. The Legion's best skilled fighters. Burnt bones beneath a broken turnip cart.
Time to deal some damage. What goes up must come down.
No glory in this death.
You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store.
May the seven keep you.
Got you right where I want you.
The seven? Call me home.
We're not done yet.
May the seven keep you.
Back on my feet again.
It's not working.
An invigorating fight that was. And what a killing blow you delivered.
Cheers! Yes, I handled myself like the best of the best, even if I do say so myself.
No need for false modesty where none is needed.
Rest in peace, darling.
I mean, frankly, I have
May the seven keep you.
nowhere to go. And I'm kind of pissed that Shriner doesn't seem to be working. I'm gonna... Wait, let's save. I'm gonna pause recording here and then we're gonna continue.